Welcome to the NT Labs YouTube channel. I am Fish Shop Matt, and today we are at Tropiquaria Zoo down in sunny Watchet. Now, the reason I'm here today is to show you their freshwater aquariums, because NT Labs have been sponsoring this aquarium for a while now, and I reckon it's honestly one of the biggest freshwater collections on public view in the UK. So yeah, I thought I'd give you a little tour, show you exactly what they do here, show you Shaun, who's in charge of it all, and show you all the hard work, breeding projects, endangered fish, you name it, they have it downstairs in this building. Now, as you enter Tropiquaria Zoo, you end up in this essentially tropical building at first. Now, there isn't many fish up here, it's mostly reptiles and amphibians and lizards, but Shaun, who runs it, has got his own pond full of endangered live bearers. Now, I actually told a lie. Tequila splitfins that are in here are endangered, but the golden skiffia are actually extinct in the wild. And in this pond, there are literally thousands. Now, as cool as the live bearer pond is, there's actually a lot more downstairs. Now, Shaun specialises in good-eared live bearers, which are essentially wild live bearers. Now, a lot of these are endangered or extinct in the wild. They don't have a very good time out there in the wide world. So Shaun has got a big collection of them, which, well, it's essentially preserving and saving a lot of these species. So at the bottom of the stairs in this awesome zoo is all of these freshwater aquariums, and there is a saltwater. We'll show you past that one in a minute, and I won't go through all of them in depth because there is so many species here and so many awesome fish. But we've got like an African river style setup with these amazing black ghost knife fish. We've got some cool tetras, and to be fair, aquariums like these are obviously very expensive to run, very expensive to feed. So sponsorship from people and companies like NT Labs are a lifeline to aquariums like this. Like, we've got some Brachadae up here, look, with some little babies in the back. And this is why it is so important to have places like this, because being able to show children and the next generation of things that we should be protecting and looking after in the wild is important. These in here are one of my favourites. Look at those cichlids. So these are, and I'll probably get the name wrong, but these are Ramphrochromis, and they are just so odd looking, but very cool nonetheless. There you go. Chilingali cichlid, if anyone's interested. So you think of the amount of food that all of these fish eat here. You've got the saltwater tank here, you've got the big Lake Barombi set up there. All these fish would cost hundreds and hundreds of pounds to feed on a weekly basis. Now, I have worked with Tropiquaria Zoo for quite some time, in the shop, out of the shop, and recently been setting up some aquariums for them on my YouTube channel. And once I started chatting to the guys and girls at NT Labs and started talking about the breeding projects and things that go on here, NT Labs wanted to be involved. So just being able to have that sponsorship for food, there you go, look, sponsorship for foods and liquids and everything like that is amazing. Now, let's show you the tank that I set up, and then we'll go and find Shaun, because Shaun is setting up a new tank just around the corner. Here you go, this is the tank that I set up recently. Well, I say recently, probably nearly 6 months ago now. Now, in this tank is a group of jeweled split fins. Here's a female here that you can see, and she is pregnant, which is amazing news, because the reason NT Labs sponsored me to come and do this aquarium was because these fish went from being least concern in the wild, so not threatened in any way, shape or form, to pretty much overnight being extinct in the wild. And that is because the river, as far as I understand, dried up and disappeared very quickly. That's a little male just going in front of the wood there, look. And so it was quite a scary time, and Tropiquaria Zoo pretty much holds the only group of these now known in existence, as far as I understand. There might be another group in America I remember Shaun telling me about, but it's really important. This one tank here holds a good majority of this species of fish. So conservation and care work like this It's really, really important. Now, next door to my tank, we have a group of axolotls. Now, these are all rescue axolotls that Shaun has managed to give a loving home. Now, excuse the sort of frostiness on the glass. That's because Shaun runs a chiller on here because it is so hot down here. But NT Labs giving support for the axolotls means that Shaun can feed these good quality foods, use all the liquids that NT Labs can supply, and keep everyone really happy and healthy. It's obviously hard because rescue axolotls don't always come in the best of shape, but at least they've got a really loving home here that they can live the rest of their years out in. And then there is just aquarium upon aquarium of some endangered fish, some extinct fish, and some aquarium favourites. These are actually a wild type of swordtail that you'll see in most aquarium shops, but they're what they look like in the wild. And we've got things like snakeheads in this tank. We've got some blind cavefish in here, and they're not the standard blind cavefish. They're a very strange, like almost sucker-mouth catfish looking thing. They're very, very cool and very strange, but you don't ever see these in the aquarium. There you go, Omani blind cavefish. There is some wicked fish. Another tank that's got a bit of mistiness on it. That's sticklebacks in there, but probably hiding in amongst the plants. Now, these are the tanks that Shaun has started working on recently. So we've got a piranha tank, we've got a blackwater tank. We've also got a tank that me and Alex from Practical Fishkeeping magazine has just done. So this is a wild guppy aquarium. So you can go and see the build for this on my channel by the time this video comes out. That is just, it looks a little bit different, trying to show all the different freshwater habitats. And if by magic, Shaun's arrived. So behind a lot of the doors in Tropiquaria Zoo is things like this. Look at all of these, essentially breeding tanks.
Yes.
Yeah. So just like live bearer upon live bearer, and everything from like least concern, vulnerable, critically endangered. It is just crazy. Now, you do this all on your own pretty much, Shaun, don't you?
Yeah.
It's just you.
There's only one Aquarist at this zoo, and that's me.
Excellent. And obviously there's other zookeepers that do come out down and help.
Yeah,
but
sometimes they'll come down and help, sometimes they do some feeds for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically it's me.
It's you. So having support from NT Labs for food, because you can't, you imagine buying food for all of this?
We couldn't do it.
No.
It's as simple as that. Without sponsorships like NT Labs, there's no way we can do what we do. It just physically couldn't be affordable.
And then I was looking, so we showed them the pond upstairs earlier, which has got the tequila split fins in, which they were quite on the cusp of having big problems in the wild, weren't they? But they've now been reintroduced, I understand.
And also the golden skiffy, which is in the same.
Indeed, yes, they were in. So that's what you need. So the variety, what they call the variata split fins, is that right? Am I getting them right?
Xenotoca variata.
Variata split fins, I keep getting their name wrong. So those ones that I just showed you in the tank there, they are, in theory, extinct in the wild at the moment. So they might be at some point in the future put back into the wild. So projects like this that are happening in local zoos are really, really important. So now there is another room like this, yes, pretty much with all of these aquariums like this in. So you have got one of the biggest collections of good-eared live bearers in the world?
Yeah, definitely the biggest zoo collection.
That's mad.
The Ark in Mexico, they're starting to build up their numbers there.
Okay.
So they will soon have everything.
Yes, because they need to have everything there. Okay, that's very cool. That's very cool. And how many species? So 32, you reckon?
31, 32.
Wow, that's a lot, isn't it? That's crazy amounts of numbers, isn't it?
There's about 100 breeding tanks.
Wow. And it is, that's just, and this is one little group of silver fish essentially, and that's the problem. They're not colourful, they're not overly exciting. I always joke with you and say, you got another new silverfish, Shaun? I always joke, but these are the ones that get forgotten about.
That's it. If you're a big colourful fish,
yep,
you know, you'll get everyone helping you out. If you're a little and grey, no, you struggle.
It's such a shame, isn't it?
They're the fish that do need the help.
Yeah, absolutely, because everyone forgets about them. They get sort of left in the river and the river disappears and it was only a little silverfish.
Giant pans get all the money and little silverfish get nothing.
Absolutely, yeah. So little fish like this do need a lot more attention and love than we would give them credit for. Now I'm sure, but I bet you we were talking about foods. The micro crumb from NT Labs. I bet these guys love that, don't they?
Yeah, we've on all the breeding tanks, we've gone full on with the NT Labs food.
Yeah.
We absolutely love it. We're putting a mixture of, of the crumb and the probiotic.
Yes, of course. The probiotic will always help.
Yeah. But no, they absolutely love it.
That's what I do. I've just spotted that little guy, a bold Shiracodon. Look at him. See, he's quite colourful. I could get on board with him. That's awesome. So NT Labs have sponsored me to come and do 2 aquariums. Now this is my local zoo. This is like half an hour away from my house. So I was always here as a kid and stuff like that. So being able to get NT to sponsor me to come and set up some aquariums here is just phenomenal, to be honest. Now we done the podcast at NT Labs together a few months ago. I cut it all.
Month or so.
Yeah, it blends into one, doesn't it? It does. It goes by really quickly. But we might try and get back up there and set up an aquarium for them, because you've got some spare live bearers here.
We can give them some tequila split fins.
Oh, tequila split fins would be nice, wouldn't they? So watch out in the future if we can talk Paul and Jono and Dave into doing a wild live bearer setup at the office. That'd be amazing.
Just under the stairs, slightly bigger tank.
Nice, yeah, like maybe a 4-foot river style.
Yeah.
All right, okay, cool. That's great. Well, hopefully this has given you an insight into the work that goes on behind the scenes. If you want to see more, let us know in the comments, because I can always come back and do a more in-depth. Maybe I could spend a day here. I'll help you on all your water changes and stuff. Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't mind that, would you? Let us know in the comments what you want to see in the next one, and well, we'll see you all in the next one.